Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
Hey guys, welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Travis. With me as always is Bobo.
Heyo!
Hey buddy.
What's happening, dude?
Not much. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Go fuck yourself.
It's not a real fucking Happy New Year for me. I got no fucking running water right now, so.
Oh, that's right. How's that going?
Well, I don't have any fucking running water, so.
So you just bird bathing it?
Basically. No, so I guess I have a spring that feeds water to my house, basically like a well.
All right.
But somewhere between the spring and my house, the line is frozen. Somewhere under my yard, somewhere, it's frozen. So it's not the pipes in my house. The pipes in my house work just fine. So I can still flush toilets, things like that, as long as I put water in them. You know what I mean?
So how do you determine that it's frozen?
Oh, the well pump starts making an awful noise because it's no longer pulling water in.
Oh.
That's how you notice it, because all of a sudden the well pump starts making this noise because there's no water in the pump.
But you know it's frozen, but how do you know it's not broken? That's my question.
Oh, I don't.
Okay. So we're going with best case scenario here then.
The spring has a lot of pressure. If it does break and burst, it's going to shoot up out of the ground at some point.
Gotcha.
Because the spring is going to flow constantly. At some point, by now I would have known. I don't think it's actually burst. Because if it did, I would know.
Well, fingers crossed that,
I don't care. If it bursts, that's best case scenario. Because if it comes up out of the ground, I'll just dig it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just manual labor. It's not fucking difficult. You just take the pipe out and replace it. It's not fucking rocket appliances.
Right, I know, but still, it's going to be a pain in the ass, and you're going to be without water for that much longer.
It's going to be at least another solid week, and it's already been a few days.
So what's the solution here?
There is none.
You just got to wait it out?
There's no way to... The line to the spring from my house, it serves the whole street. It's really long. It's like a half mile long or so.
Right.
So I don't know where along the line it's frozen. You can't heat the line up enough because I don't even know if the pipe underneath the ground is PVC or metal. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never dug it up, so I can't take the risk of heating it up. Like with a if you put like an acetylene torch on the actual pipe itself and heat the whole pipe up, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But I don't know if I can do that or not, so I can't try that. So there's nothing I can really do till it warms up.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Right. That's great. And we're in a pretty bad cold snap right now, so it's not going to get warmer anytime soon.
Yeah, no. I mean, I heard it's going to be like a 30 at some point here, but that's not going to help you at all.
Not going to help me.
Nope. So
not unless it was 30 for like a week straight, because then the underground it gets warmer quicker, obviously. But
right, yeah. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
That's my fucking 2018. How's your fucking year going?
Hey, it's going well. I can't complain. Even if I could, I can't trump yours. So, like, why would I try?
Why try? No one cares about your life, Travis. My life is infinitely more interesting right now than yours. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. I guess interesting, sure. Terrible? Absolutely. So there's that.
I mean, bully for me.
Bully for you, yeah.
I'm already winning something this year.
That's true. That
is true.
It's not fantasy football league or fantasy. Fantasy movie league.
Am I getting my ass kicked in that league?
You're not getting your ass kicked. I had although I think you and I had pretty good weeks this week. But
let's go. You know what? Let's update the listeners with the standings. It's a new year. They just started a new season.
It is a new year. Okay, so let's
go see. I'll go to our little thing here and wait. So let's go check out and see what week we're at. So overall, I am second.
Right.
Travis is currently winning with $520 million. I'm in second place with a staunch $463 million. So I'm like a week's worth of movies behind.
Right, yeah.
In total. It's not looking good for me and we're about 6 weeks in, so it's not looking good for me.
Hey, you know what? I can always forget to set my lineup.
Oh, you murdered me this week, dude. You had $143 million. I had $109 million.
Oh yeah, I went with the I tried to go guess the best performer.
Oh man, I got murdered this week.
Yeah.
Ooh, not good.
Well,
not my best showing, man. So Travis in Fantasy Movie League this week. What was the best performer? What was this?
All the Money in the World.
All the Money in the World. 6 times that movie, so you got an extra $12 million from that, and then you had Star Wars, obviously.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, I went for the movie Wonder.
Right.
And I had some Pitch Perfect and Star Wars also, but it's not nearly as good a showing. Ooh, that's bad for me.
What the fuck is going on with Star Wars? Can we talk about that for a second?
Oh, I'd love to talk about Star Wars. Have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I did see it.
Okay, good. So we've all seen it. If you haven't seen it by now, you can either turn the podcast off or just accept that you're really late to the party and listen anyways, and we're going to spoil it for you.
Are we going to? I don't want to talk about that. I mean, I want to talk. I thought it was great. I mean, I don't know. It was a very dense movie.
I thought it was good, not great, but
and not in a bad way. Like there was a lot of story packed into that movie.
Oh, I had no problem with the amount of story, the amount of time. I just didn't like all the forced humor in this one. I
don't disagree with you. I think it probably would have been better if it hadn't been, but it still didn't take that much away from me.
It took a little bit more away from me than other movies because it was just very noticeable. It kind of reminded me of the first prequel with Jar Jar, and you're like, oh my God, why is he here? I kind of felt that in a couple of situations where the humor was just so forced, I was like, here we go again.
Oh, I
had flashbacks like I was in fucking Vietnam. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, you just hear a gunshot, like a firework, you think it's gunshots in the trenches. You're like, oh my God, here we go again. I kind of had that feeling a couple times.
You had Misa flashbacks?
You don't know, man. You weren't there.
Misa got 100 dreams.
Oh, dude. Then all of a sudden, I expected Jar Jar to pop out and be like, hey, it's me.
Oh, God. That honestly, had they done that, it would have been a bold move, but I would have applauded it.
Would you have walked out?
No, absolutely
like, nope,
not.
That's it. Throw your hands up and be like, fuck this shit.
Nope. I would have been like, well, you got me on that one. So, oh, man, yeah. But no, I really liked it. But anyways, what I really wanted to talk about is how it's not really doing that well. Or it's not doing as well as the other ones, I should say.
So the reviews of it are much more split than the last one.
Really?
Yes. Like, for instance, I'm not the only person that shares the opinion it was not as good as the last one.
Oh,
so
really?
I think a lot of the audience is actually way more split than the last movie.
I thought this one was a little bit more compelling than the last one for me.
But I was saying, I think, the dearth of opinions, what I'm saying,
right? Yeah.
Some people are way on the side they hated it.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people had a much different opinion of the first one than this. It was a much closer together, close knit group of opinions. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. I don't. I know the numbers are down. I don't know if they're just we've had 3 Star Wars movies now in 3 years, and that's just driving that, or what.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand the hate for it.
Oh, I don't hate it at all. I don't think you can say the movie sucked. Like, that's people, even Star Wars fans. Oh, this movie's fucking terrible. Like, I don't get you.
Right.
I don't think it was as great as the last one. I don't think it's by far the best Star Wars movie. It's definitely not the worst, and it was still a pretty fucking good movie.
If you thought this was terrible, go back and watch 1, 2, and 3.
Well, go back and at least watch episode 1. Or even episode 2. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is not a terrible movie, honestly.
I'm glad you actually brought that up. It's funny because I was talking to my brother about it, and he still has never seen episode 3.
Oh, it's better than the first 2 by far.
The first 2 were so terrible. He's like, I don't even want to watch it. Like, and he's never seen it.
Well, episode 3 is better than the first 2. It's not. It's still cringy at times because it's got just the terrible, terrible dialogue written into it. But you should tell him it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah, I said that when he told me, but maybe he listens. So hopefully, you should just go watch it at this point.
Yeah. So if he's listening to this podcast, and I hope he is because he's fucking family.
Right.
Go watch it. Just watch it once. Does he have kids?
See, now that was the thing because he has kids and they all love Star Wars, and none of them have seen episode 3.
Okay, well, sit down with your kids, be like, hey, it's family night. Let's just fucking watch it. Don't make a big deal out of it. If it sucks, it sucks. Whatever. You're spending quality time with your family.
I cautioned him on that one because episode 3 is pretty fucking violent, and
it is PG-13.
And yes, and they're younger kids, and especially when Darth Vader gets burned, that's a little graphic.
That's not that graphic. There's no blood. It's just cauterization. Whatever.
Yeah, it's nightmare fuel. So
I mean, but this movie also, the newest one that came out, is also PG-13. Would you not let a kid watch that one?
They all went to see that.
What?
My nieces and nephew, or my niece and my nephew.
Okay.
What is
well,
that? But I didn't find this one nearly as
the Motion Picture Association of America has deemed them the same level of violent. So I don't know how you can argue with an organization such as them.
Yeah, because they've never been wrong.
They've never been wrong in their whole life, Travis. They've never made a mistake.
Never made a mistake. Not once.
I mean, a burning corpse on a lava planet that loses all of his limbs and is burned is definitely on the same level as a force projection having a lightsaber go through it.
Is that? Yeah, I was trying to think of like the violence in this one.
They're obviously the same. I don't know what the violence is. I don't know. I was kind of surprised that it was actually PG-13.
I didn't realize it was PG-13 at all.
Yes.
Wow.
I did not. Unless, am I wrong about that? I think it is PG-13 though. Am I wrong about that? I don't know. Let's find out.
We do have the power of Google.
I have a Google, and let's see what it says. So we got.
It is PG-13. Yes, it is.
What?
It is PG-13.
Okay, so I was right. It is PG-13. Again, I didn't see what was really PG-13 about it.
I agree with you.
I mean, I thought it was pretty tame. I mean, there's space explosions and stuff like that, but like that's in every Star Wars movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but you know what? You can't argue with the Motion Picture Association of America.
That is true. Anyways, we also wanted to talk about today, other than just Bobo's house and Star Wars,
which are two good topics. So I don't know how you're going to segue into the episode after that, because that's a pretty strong opening.
We're going to do kind of a review of 2017. Because we kind of like to look back at the podcast. This is kind of not necessarily this episode's about the state of the podcast.
State of the podcast. New year, new me. We're going to talk about review, the year in review. And we're going to have some goals going forward.
Right. Absolutely.
Some resolutions, if you will. Although Travis doesn't like resolutions, so I don't want to call him that.
I'm okay with resolutions. I just don't do any for myself.
You didn't do any this year? You got nothing?
No, I don't have anything. What's yours for this year?
So this year, I didn't do a lot this year. I'm doing another weird diet thing.
Okay.
Which is I have to eat 2 salads a day.
Oh, wow.
So I'm eating fruit salad for breakfast every day. And I'm eating, one of my other 2 meals has to be a salad.
Really?
So today, I got a grilled chicken sandwich from McDonald's for lunch, just a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
And so I had salad for dinner.
Now, could you have gotten a side salad with your grilled chicken sandwich, and does that count?
No, it has to be the entree.
Okay. So
it has to be a real salad. For instance, chicken salad does not count. Potato salad does not count.
I just envisioned you with a bowl full of potato salad, right? Just munching down.
Like just a bowl of tuna salad, just shoveling it in my fucking face.
Now, tuna salad, okay. I mean, if you're making it yourself and not putting too much mayonnaise in it, but okay, I see it. All right, so
it's got to be a green
2
salad.
2 salads a day. God damn.
Yep.
All right, well, that's...
of which one has to be a green salad. So I count fruit salad for breakfast, like just some fruit. You know what I mean? That's okay.
But you were always kind of eating that for breakfast anyways. So
say what?
You were always kind of eating that for breakfast anyways. You were eating a banana
No, I
for
usually
breakfast.
eat a bagel with cream cheese.
Oh, I thought you were doing a bagel. Or a banana.
I've done bananas in the past. I've done granola bar. I've done all that, the whole gamut of weird stuff for breakfast. Like, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. But this year
I'm going to try fruit salad.
That sounds... Well, to me, that sounds very, very boring. But for you, you don't really have a problem with that. So good for you, man.
I guess I could eat a real salad for breakfast. I want to eat spinach for breakfast. That's fine, too. So
that sounds horrible.
This diet's going to suck. I'm also trying to eat almost no sugar this year other than the salad, the fruit salad. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I will probably, because I got a couple things coming up. I got, I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks.
Yep.
So I'll probably splurge a little bit there, but I'm still going to stick to the 2 salads thing.
You're going to try to?
No, I'm going to.
Okay, good for you.
It's very early in the year. I have a lot of willpower the first month.
Okay.
I'm fueled by fucking rage the first month because I'm just so mad at having to do this shit to myself that I can stick to anything for fucking 28 days.
So would you say that you're fueled by rage the first and last month? Because the last month you're probably like, I just want to get this fucking over with. I'm done.
You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, so I'm more fueled by like, I actually can see the end.
All right, well, that's cool. Well,
yeah, so that's what I'm doing. But
so that's what you're doing.
Anyways,
I again am going on doing nothing for the year. I have no willpower to change. So
I like how you've met your goal already, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Listen,
I mean, bully to you for doing it so quickly, dude. Hats off to you.
I listen. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am a beacon of hope for anybody out there that wants to do nothing for.
I mean, I don't know if I would use the word beacon or hope.
I'd like to think of myself as a lighthouse. I'd like to think that I bring the ships to shore safely. You know?
I think when you make a LinkedIn profile, that should be your quote under your name. Should be. I like to think of myself as a lighthouse.
I am the lighthouse of the rest of the world.
If you were a wrestler, you'd be Travis the Lighthouse Harris.
I will bring you to the shore safely. Unless you fuck with me, then you go on the reef. So
Jesus Christ. Okay.
There
Great.
we go. Anyways, so yeah, I no resolutions for me, but let's take this look inward towards our podcast, if we will.
Okay.
Let's take a look back at the year 2017. Some would say it's our inaugural year because that would be correct.
Right.
And it was. Kind of. Right. For Prestige Worldwide, it was.
Yes. If you were sticking around since the early days of Awesome Shit, this is actually going to be our third season, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Thank you for sticking
around.
Kind of
cool. Didn't we make it this far?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if making it's the word you want to use there or phrase you want to use there, but whatever.
Trudging on. I didn't think we would be trudging into another year of doing this.
That exactly. Just bogging our way through the muck. That is our podcast.
Just wading through the shit posts and every other thing that we find funny.
Yes, exactly.
But I want to look back at some of our favorite episodes from 2017.
Okay, you want to go first? You want to pick an episode you want to talk about?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with an early one.
Okay.
Our Sexcapades episode. That was episode 5.
Oh, that's a good one.
I thoroughly enjoyed this, and actually, not too long ago, I had to go onto our website and go back to that page so I could look up one of the sex toys that we were talking about, because I was trying to describe the.
Were you trying to buy it for your wife?
Yeah, well, I was. Yes, not trying to. I did, but I was trying to describe to somebody about the piss sprinkler.
Oh yes.
And I was like, well, no, I can show you a picture, and so I had to go to our website because that was the easiest way to find it. And but man, that was I do love finding weird shit like that. And
yeah, it was pretty fun. I enjoyed some of that, just some real outlandish stuff.
Right.
Which I enjoy. I agree. That was pretty cool.
So it was a fun episode to prepare and a fun episode to perform, I suppose.
You know, I don't know, perform. I mean, be careful when you use that word there with the sex thing. You know what I mean? There's no actual performing in the episode. If you're trying to listen for an X-rated episode, that's not it. But
there was absolutely no penetration.
If you want to find the episode where there actually might have been penetration, you might want to go to First Wives Club, the episode, which is the episode where we got the sound drop of your wife talking about a certain actor.
Oh yes, I have not heard that sound yet. Or since.
You haven't heard the Mark Wahlberg sound?
I haven't heard it since. I haven't heard that moan from her since.
Oh well, of course not, because you're not Mark Wahlberg. But
right.
If you have not been at home and she's been watching one of his movies, he's probably heard it a dozen times.
There is zero about myself that would elicit such a moan.
That's probably one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's always fun to kind of get the wives involved. And
I had a good time just trying to explain to Anne what some of those things were that I was just certain that she didn't know, and then she ended up knowing, and I felt like an idiot. And then other ones where I was like, how do you not fucking know this? Oh, that was fun.
What I find kind of funny about your statement there, is not the fact that, you admitted that you were wrong about some of the things, but not that you were proud that she knew them. It's that you felt like an idiot because you were certain she wouldn't.
I mean, it's all about me. So.
Oh, I understand.
I don't care about her feelings in this whole transaction. If it was her podcast, maybe I would, but.
You're preaching to the narcissistic choir right here.
That's right. Exactly.
So I'm not judging you. Everybody else is.
I don't deserve to be judged ever by anybody. not even God, Travis.
Nobody
can judge me.
Well,
Nobody.
You know what I do like judging? And one of the episodes that what really brought that to us was when we did alternative brackets.
Oh, I was going to bring that one up next too.
That was a good episode.
Oh God, everybody loves ranking shit.
Yeah,
everybody.
It was fun to do, and it was surprisingly fun. Like that was the best part about it. You were not sure whether you wanted to do it, but it turned out to be a lot of fun to do.
Oh, we're gonna do another one because and then I realized after doing the episode, that's the whole foundation on which the BuzzFeed empire is built on.
Oh yeah,
it's just listing things. We just took the list and put them into brackets, but it's the same fucking thing.
Sure.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I love that episode.
Oh yeah, no,
everything about it.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you haven't listened to these episodes, this is like the biggest hint we can possibly give you that you should probably listen to these episodes.
Right, because it's easy to find them. And also we still have polls that go along with every one of these episodes. And
they are still up. You can still vote on them. The polls never die. They live on forever.
Right.
Much like Yoda and the Force.
That is the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
It's not as nerdy as us playing D&D the other weekend.
Oh, God. Yes, that's true.
You thought I wasn't going to out you to our listeners, but no. We finally convinced Travis to play D&D last weekend.
I had no idea what I was in store for. Absolutely no idea.
Nerdy.
I'm sorry?
So it's pretty fucking nerdy.
It's not. Okay, yes, it's nerdy. It's not even that. It is. First off, it's not real. Like it's not even really a game per se.
It is a game. It's not. It's make believe.
Well, yes, no, it's pretend. I get that, but there's no tangible objective. Like I get that there is something that you're supposed to do with this.
It's very open ended,
right? Which bothers me on a certain level. But like I thought, like it would be less imagination, less neck beard, and more actual game.
Okay.
And turns out I was wrong. Turns out, it's really. If you've never played one of these games, like I wish I could still say I had, it's a very surreal kind of apparatus that you have to deal with.
Yes,
I mean it is. It boils down to it is kind of it's fun. I'm going to do it again. We haven't finished our quote unquote campaign that we need to do, so we're going to keep playing. But I think after this campaign, I might retire.
I don't think so. I think a few more sessions, you'll be hooked.
Maybe.
We'll
I don't
see.
know.
You know what? I'm interested to see. So we'll report back to the listeners when we're done with this little first campaign we have, and we'll see how Travis is feeling after a few more sessions.
Sure, absolutely. Because I could change my mind. It was fun to interact with people and kind of, have that push and pull of who's going to be the leader and who wants to take over the leadership and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I enjoy being the game master and just fucking with all of you.
Right. Yeah.
Which is like my only goal in real life also. So it basically fills my real fantasy in terms of playing games and how I wish reality is for me.
It's a good thing we sit down to play this game or else we would see your rock hard boner.
24/7, 365. Even on Sundays.
Oh, Jesus.
So the last episode I want to talk about, at least, is the I Love the 90s episode.
Okay, that was on my list.
Uncle Hair was on.
Yeah.
I fucking love that episode. We got to do more quizzes this year.
Okay.
I don't know what they're going to be about because I don't think anyone else feels as passionately about two things as you two do that we could get on the podcast, but we got to find maybe The Office. We've talked about doing The Office.
We do have an Office. We still we still need to work on the Seinfeld episode.
Yes, we still have your friend who apparently was going to be on the show and then had a kid and surprise, surprise, never heard from him again. Because that's what fucking kids do to you.
He may be dead. I don't know.
You know what? I think we should probably go check the obituaries.
I don't care that much.
Here lies Travis's friend. XOXO, kid was born and he hung himself. I'm pretty sure that's how it reads. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
With the umbilical cord?
Yes. After he ate the placenta.
Oh, man.
Or is that the wife that eats the placenta? I think
like...
she eats it to gain the baby strength.
Right.
Is that right? So she grows up. No, that's true. I have a friend that ate the placenta.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this already.
Yeah. I still can't get over it. I talked to her about it, that I can't get over it. The visual imagery in my mind, which is not how it actually is, but
Right.
the visual imagery you can create is just horrifying. It will haunt your dreams.
No, that's horrifying to me. What she does and puts it in pill form, that's I feel like that's like taking the pussy way out. Like,
That's like taking sleeping pills.
right? Yeah, like just put the
Instead of
shotgun in your
fucking
mouth.
putting a gun to your throat.
Right? Yeah, like it's funny how we both made that same reference, but
Sorry.
but yeah, no, it really is the pussy way out. If you're gonna eat the placenta, you better like take a bite out of it.
Yeah, just like you're taking a bite out of crime, like Scruff McGruff.
Right?
I want
It
the
should be
sound
fucking
effect.
Fear Factor in your house every goddamn night if you want to.
Call Joe Rogan up.
Yeah.
We should have. I have a new idea for a show. This is what it's going to be. I'm going to pitch it to Fox next week.
Okay.
We're going to hire Joe Rogan, and he's going to go around to like hospitals and just live stream himself talking as people eat their placentas in the waiting rooms or the operating rooms or whatever they have kids.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't see how this could possibly fail. If you want to get an Emmy, a daytime Emmy, just send Joe Rogan to fucking New York City Hospital to have him interview some 25-year-old chick as she bites down on a placenta.
Advertisers start looking up or start.
Yeah,
signing
anyways,
up.
I'm going to start the line here. So give us a call, 747 banging. We're going to line up some advertising. We're going to knock them down right now before this episode's over. The phone will be ringing off the fucking hook.
Absolutely.
Yes, that. Trust me, you want to get on the ground floor on this one. It's basically the new Bitcoin. As far as investment opportunity, the potential is limitless.
That is true. I mean, with us, everything is limitless.
Especially the horrifying levels we'll go to have humor.
That's
By the way, Bitcoin update, the price is at 15,130 as of the recording of this podcast.
Didn't it take a little stumble there?
I mean, it goes down, it goes up, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, it's basically you've got to ride the wave. Okay? It's not going to be a smooth sail. You've got to be ready for some choppy water.
Do you have a prediction on how high this is going to go?
At least this year?
No, I mean, like,
I have
eventually it's
there's
gonna
short-term
level
and
off.
long-term prediction. The problem is it's so hard to predict long-term because there's not been a killer app released for Bitcoin yet.
right.
Like, it doesn't have a strong use yet that everyone can get into, but the Lightning Network is going to start to roll out this year, which you don't know what that is. I'm not even going to explain it because when it comes out, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But I think the price is going to double this year because of that.
Okay.
So I still think if you're on the fence about putting some money in, don't put money in that you need to like pay your mortgage with or feed your children with. But if you have money that you're going to buy weed with or put a new paint job in your car with, maybe take that and put it into Bitcoin instead.
Take your Mako money and put it into Bitcoin.
Take all your Mako money instead of putting it into Mako and getting a new paint job in your fucking 2001 Ford Escort. Maybe just put it into Bitcoin.
Is Mako still a thing?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
absolutely. They're a body shop too, so they do a lot of body repair work.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But so yeah, I think you should still get into some Bitcoin.
There's two other episodes I'd like to mention. All
right, let's mention two more quickly.
As we're one was the Weekend Scripts episode where our new buddy Jordan Van Dyne, was it Van Dyne or Vandina?
Van Dyne, I believe.
Van Dyne?
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
we should probably call him and ask him this
We
year
should.
at some point.
Yes, but where he joined us for a little Q&A session, and I really enjoyed talking to him about Bud Light and Coke Zero, and among other things. But it was one of our I think it was our second forte into having an interview in this episode. And in this podcast, I really enjoyed doing something like that and learning about some of the behind the scenes Hollywood stuff that he was into.
I enjoyed that interview as well, and I agree. I think we need to do more interviews this year.
I agree.
And we've already got our sights set on the first person we're going to try to interview,
Right.
which is Chuck Tingle.
Okay.
I'm going to add it right now because we're going to update the listeners constantly on our goal to get him on an interview. If you don't know who Chuck Tingle is, he is a 2-time Hugo Award nominee. So he's a real
What's the
reputable
Hugo
author.
Award?
Oh yes, he's been nominated twice for Hugo Awards.
What the fuck is a Hugo Award?
Best science fiction or fantasy novel of the year.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yes. So, and
Like how
he
you
writes
threw that out like everybody would know
basically gay porn.
Right.
Ironically. We're not sure
It's
if
ironic gay
satire.
porn?
I don't know. We're not sure if it's satire or not. He just released a new book. You want to hear what the title is?
I do.
Heavy metal unicorn lawyer sings into my butthole legally. The quote on it says, "This erotic tale is 4,300 words of sizzling human on gay unicorn action, including anal, blowjobs, rough sex, and rock and roll lawyer love."
That's awesome.
So this guy's written a shitload of novels like this. We're trying to get him on the podcast. That's our goal this year.
I mean, yes. I 100% want to talk to this guy.
Yeah. But yes, back to the Van Dyne interview. He was a great interview. He was pretty funny. I wonder, how did the show ever do?
What would Diplo do?
Yeah, what would Diplo do?
I think it did all right. It was like going like I forget what was the network? It wasn't Spike.
Viceland, right?
That's what it was. So,
yeah, it was on Viceland.
Right. So it wasn't the easiest of shows to find. And I'm sorry to say I haven't watched any of it, but I think it did okay.
I have no idea. We should probably call back and check in on that. We got to see if he's getting that royalty money, if he's too big to listen to us now.
He probably is. I think
it wouldn't be hard. If you're getting $5 in royalties, you don't want to talk to us. That's about all. Yeah.
Oh, I want $5 in royalties, so I don't have to talk to us.
Nice. You did not.
I'm trying to think. I think it was renewed for another season.
Oh, cool.
But I could be wrong on that one. But I'm fairly certain it was renewed. So, yeah, that was fun. Another episode that I had a lot of fun with, and purely for selfish reasons, was Power Hour, the episode. Which, again,
anytime drinking is involved in the podcast, we usually have a very good time.
Right, and our buddy Wayne was with us, and we're gonna have to do that again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we should get No Wheat.
Okay.
To do because we know a lot of drunks.
Sure.
But he's probably the most reputable one we know.
He's oh, you missed him. He's the most functioning one we know.
I'm not going to go there. We know some other functioning alcoholics of our friends.
That's true.
I don't want to make him on the pedestal there.
Right. You don't want to set the bar that high.
I don't know if it's true or not. I don't want to. This is not reckless speculation. The episode. I don't know if Noe is the most functioning alcoholic of our friends. Well, I'm not certain. Perhaps we should do an alternative bracket to figure that out.
Possibly. It would only be funny to a select few of us, but maybe we'll do it as like a bonus episode or something like that.
I think we should do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So
we should do a bonus episode this year. Put that on the list.
Okay.
Of resolutions. Bonus episode. All right.
Writing that down.
Right next to Chuck Tingle. Number 1 on the list is Chuck Tingle, 2-time Hugo Award nominee, author.
Tingle my
Number
dingle.
2 is bonus episode where we drink.
Done.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to do a regular episode where we drink. No, the bonus.
We're going to do that. I mean, listen, that was just a foregone conclusion.
Right, yes.
Everybody knows that.
So be on the lookout for that one.
Okay. Be on the lookout soon because we're feeling a winter storm brewing. We need to just hunker down and drink.
I am mighty thirsty.
I got to get my thirst quenched. We got to and we're only going to have Natty Daddies for that episode.
Ooh. Let's not say things we don't mean.
Right. I've never been more serious about anything in my life.
You would die.
Right. At least I'll go out like a fucking man. So for those of you who don't know, Natural Light has put out a new beer.
Right.
It's called Natty Daddy. And it is 8% alcohol.
When Natty Ice just isn't enough for you.
Right. When Natty Ice just doesn't, you need to kick it into overdrive. It's called Natty Daddy.
Right. Yeah. I have little desire. I'm not going to say no desire, but little desire to drink this.
Come on. Everyone's got a little bit of desire.
I said little. I didn't say I didn't have any, but I've also had I've had Steel Reserve before, and I'm sure that's what this is going to taste like. And Steel Reserve is terrible.
Is it?
If you've never had Steel Reserve?
I've not.
Oh, dude, it is bad.
My favorite part about Natty Daddy, though, is they're selling these cases right now.
Yeah.
That have apparently 3 extra daddies in them. That's the marketing on them.
Oh yeah.
It's a 15 pack.
Oh yeah.
And it says on the package, we can put this on the website in big letters. It says 3 extra natties.
Yeah, I mean they're generous people, but you know,
God damn, I can't wait to drink a natty daddy. We were supposed to go to the arcade that one weekend. You remember? All our friends were all geared up to get natty daddies and go to the arcade and just play drunk arcade games all night. But then we had a winter weather thing, so it didn't happen.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was on vacation when that happened, and I was so happy that you guys didn't do it, so we could do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna do it sometime soon. So, and we'll have it on an episode. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
God damn, I can't wait. So yes. Anyways, that's the third thing in the resolution. Natty daddies. Power hour.
What else? Now that we've gone through is there anything else you want to talk about from 2017? Is there anything else that bugged you that you loved?
I was really upset with the movie prediction episode.
Okay.
Because I was wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't like that. I don't like being wrong. I think we should personally, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think as 50% of the podcast, we should have a majority rule. We just delete that episode from existence.
Is that right?
I just think we should get rid of it so people just don't know that I was ever incorrect.
I feel the opposite of that.
No, that's not the right feeling.
Nothing is ever stricken from the record here.
Everything
is always on the record. And
I don't like that.
That's okay.
Okay.
Because
that's not okay with me. I don't want to ever be wrong ever again.
Well, I guess this is our last episode.
So Summer Blockbuster, the episode, doesn't exist, guys. Do not go listen to it. Okay?
Right.
It was not episode 25 of the podcast. It does not exist. You don't need to listen to it and listen about how I may or may not have predicted that the Dark Tower would do $300 million in sales.
Oh, by the way, we never talked about this. And we can talk, since you bring that up, we can talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
So what's funny to me is, yes, you were so high on the Dark Tower and you were thinking that it was going to be great. And I don't know whether it was great or not, but it flopped at the box office.
It didn't flop. It got negative reviews. It did not flop. It made $111 million against $60 million. So it didn't flop.
Here's why it flopped.
Oh shit.
There was a TV series that was going to come out.
Okay.
Of the Dark Tower, or there was some sort of TV series that got canceled because the movie did that bad.
It didn't do that bad though. It doubled its budget.
Did enough to cancel a TV show.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, that TV show's stupid. I mean, that movie was awesome.
I still haven't seen it. I want to see it, but yeah.
I actually enjoyed it, but it definitely was not amazing. But I thought it was good. I liked it.
Also, another sidebar. We can talk about the future here. Are we doing another best and worst movies of the year?
So this is a great transition. This is a great segue, okay? We're going to wrap up 2017, and the best way to start 2018 is by doing our Razzie nominations.
Okay.
I'm sure. Did you get the email that I got?
I've already submitted my.
I've already submitted mine as well.
Good.
Travis and I are card-carrying members of the Golden Raspberry Association.
Yes.
Which, for those of you who don't know, is the association that votes for the opposite of the Oscars. They vote for the worst movies of the year.
Right.
And since and especially me, I'm a hater from way back.
Right.
You know, hate. I'm a player hater from back when it was invented.
Right.
So there's nothing more enjoyable for me than telling people how awful things are.
Right.
It's basically the best thing that ever happened to me is the Razzies existing.
So, did you vote for the Dark Tower at all?
No, of course not. It was not that bad. Dude, you're going to put Dark Tower on the level of Tyler Perry's movies?
Well, you have 5 votes with worst movie.
There's always 4 worse movies than the Dark Tower, so no.
Well, I will say I was a little bit disingenuous with my votes for worst movie because in anticipation for doing that episode, I voted for the movies that I wouldn't mind watching nearly as much.
Oh, you can't. That's not fair.
Oh, it's only one vote. It doesn't,
dude, that's like cheating.
I mean, they were all pretty terrible. I think I did vote for the Tyler Perry movie though. But
I mean, how could you not?
Right. Oh, absolutely. Anytime Tyler Perry's name came up, he got a vote. Because I think he was up for worst actor and worst actress. So he got a vote. But anyway, so have we decided we are going to do that again this year?
Yeah, we're gonna do that again this year.
Okay, so there's something to look forward to here in 2018. We haven't even talked about the biggest change of this podcast yet. And
Which
I can't believe it's taken us 40 minutes that we are no longer going to be releasing on Tuesdays.
Ah, yes, I forgot about that. Sorry. So we're trying a new system. We'll see how it goes. We always reserve the right to change it back because we don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
But it's just more my pet project than Travis's.
Uh-huh.
I like things to be topical, and when we talk about them, I want them to be out there like the next day.
Right.
And we do a lot of pop culture stuff on this podcast. We talk about a lot of news headlines and pop culture stuff. And sometimes we used to record on Monday or Tuesday, and the episode wouldn't drop until the next Tuesday.
Right.
So the thing we wanted to talk about, we had to decide if it was going to still have legs by next Tuesday.
Right.
That got kind of tedious. So I said, Travis, listen, let's just record a couple episodes to save in case things go wrong. We can't put one out. But then we'll record on Wednesday nights, and we'll just upload them that night. And we'll put them up Thursday. So Thursday morning, when you get in your car and drive to work, we'll hit Thursday morning.
Right. So hence why this one is being released on Thursday.
Yes. So we are recording this Wednesday night. So we're going to talk about some news stories in a minute that are brand new that just hit today. And they'll be relevant tomorrow.
Right.
That's our first test to see if you care about this shit or not. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how annoying it is for me to upload it that night. It might suck dick. I don't fucking know. We're going to fucking try it, though.
Yes. That's the thing. We're going to try this. We're going to see how it goes. See if we can keep up with that, that kind of schedule. And, because I have to design the website, which...
And you have to rely on me, which is never a good idea.
Right, yeah.
It's just stupid. That's probably... You're an idiot. I don't know why you agree to this stuff. But, you know what? Thanks for trusting me one more time so I can let you down again.
Hey, you're nothing if not consistent.
That's right. Except I'm not consistent, so
right.
Whatever,
so,
fuck it.
So that is probably the biggest change that is going to happen this year.
Yep.
I'm not sure that people really care about when podcasts are released. I mean, hopefully,
I don't know.
You were looking forward to Tuesdays, but now you can look forward to Thursdays.
I feel like Thursday's a stronger day because the best TV is always Thursday night TV.
Sure.
So I feel like the best podcast is going to be Thursday morning podcast.
There we go. You got Prestige Worldwide on Thursday. Then Friday's the start of the weekend. Saturday's Blackout Day. Sunday's Recovery. Monday sucks, and the other days until you get to Thursday again.
Exactly, because after Monday, you wake up Tuesday and you're like, it's almost Thursday.
That's true.
So you know what? Thursday's probably the best day. You're right.
We're gonna give it a shot. So
we're gonna give it the old college try.
Right. That's right. So don't panic. We didn't break up again.
No.
That's not the reason why that Tuesday it didn't get released.
Mommy and Daddy are still working it out, all right?
Therapy's going well.
If you're at home and you're thinking that your dad might come home from the store after 4 or 5 months, well, he still might.
Really? Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had a friend whose dad was gone for like 2 years and he came back one day. So
really?
Oh yeah. I don't know the details, but I do know for a fact. I don't even know if this kid even knows who I am anymore or not. But when I was in elementary school, I definitely had a friend whose dad, he lived on the same street as me,
right?
Who left for like 2 years, and like no one ever talked about it. Like he never said a word about it. And then like one day he was back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what the backstory with that was.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid you probably don't, but I wonder if it was like drugs or like he just was, the kid was a real pain in the ass.
It's probably the kid's fault. It always is. When your parents tell you it's not your fault, Jimmy, it's your fault, Jimmy.
It's absolutely your fault.
Yeah, exactly. Because if parents can blame it on anything else, they will. If it actually was like, oh, we just don't get along, they'd fucking tell you that.
Right.
They would do anything to not blame it on you. So when they blame it on you, it's because they literally have no other option. Like they can't lie.
Right.
They don't have anything. Like, we hate you. And we can't stand you together, so we got to split you up so I can half my life I can live again.
You sucked out my will to live so much that I don't want to have sex with this woman ever again.
Basically.
That's it.
Yes.
Anything else for 2018 we want to go over today?
So, as far as goals?
Goals, anything. Now is the time to set forth your, I don't know, your goals.
My resolutions. Come on, Travis. Use your fucking vocabulary. We've talked about this.
I'd rather not.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Never change.
And I'm not going to.
Stay golden, pony boy. We are going to try to get on a network this year.
Yes.
That's our other big goal, is we're going to try to expand the reach of this podcast. Listen, there are a lot of fucking dirtbag podcasts out there that put forth a fraction of the effort that we do with a fraction of the talent that we have that somehow are on networks that get real viewers. We're not one of them, and we don't fucking understand why.
Yes. It's
Right.
time. It's time for the world to recognize the power of Prestige Worldwide.
And we've got 55 episodes in the can every week. Fucking that train's never fucking late, except for when it's on Thursday instead of Tuesday. But whatever, that's a new thing.
And that other week we didn't do one.
Well, maybe it was a week. I don't know. You know what? That didn't happen either. Delete that post from the Facebook, Travis.
That's true. Yes.
Listen, we're going to alter history. Facts don't matter, okay? Fake news. We never miss an episode ever.
That is true. Fake news would tell you otherwise, but don't believe them.
Don't believe it. I heard a guy at the gym the other day say in the same sentence that he only listens to Fox News and that every other news is fake news.
I've had somebody tell me that too. Somebody very close to me tell me that too, and it is frightening.
Listen, horrifying is not the right word. Doesn't even convey the same amount of, real sheer terror.
I mean, you should never go off of one source. But
I do. I don't have time for two sources, Travis. I live in 2018 now. Okay, things are hot and heavy out here. You don't fucking know what it's like.
it takes you that long to read two different headlines. I mean, you don't have to
only read one headline.
You don't have to read the whole story. You just read headlines and make your.
I read one headline, Travis, and if it's The Onion, we're all fucked. Because I don't have time to look to see who it is.
All right. Well, yeah, fair enough. Hey, listen, I don't blame you. So
I don't know what network it's going to be. We don't have any idea yet, but we're going to fucking get there.
Right.
We're going to figure it out. That's our goal.
We'll announce it as soon as we know, and we'll
fucking.
We're going to keep
the gears of war are turning behind the scenes.
That's true. We want to keep working to make this better, make this more streamlined and funnier for you guys.
Maybe add some video to the live stream.
We might.
Now that we record on Wednesdays, maybe we'll do a live stream. I don't know. I thought about that. It'd be fun. Maybe we'll do some video with it. I don't know.
We could try. Sure.
We could try that. I like to put a giant banner up like behind my desk of just like a picture of me. So people can see that while I'm recording the podcast also. That'd be kind of cool.
So it would just be you and with a picture of you behind it.
Basically.
Okay.
Because you can't get a Bobo.
I certainly can.
At least that's what Ann tells me, but I think she's lying when she says that because she always has this weird look in her eye.
And she's trying to gnaw through her restraints.
I mean, listen, she can't talk because I have her mouth ball gag. But I'm sure if she could talk, that's what she would say.
She says it with her eyes.
She does, absolutely, and with her pleading sign language.
That dead look in her eyes.
I don't know sign language, but I'm sure that's what she's signing to me.
It's just a lot of middle fingers.
When you put both hands together, Travis, in an upward motion, that's like saying that, right? That's what it means.
100%.
Okay, yep. That's what I thought. I had looked it up on Google. I wasn't sure. I wanted some confirmation.
You just trusted one source.
Right. Travis.
Right. That's it. Come to me, baby.
That's it.
I'm the bearer of all news you want to hear.
Yes, you are. All right, let's do some headlines real quick. All right. So, first piece of news, Travis, is there has now been 18 class action lawsuits as of today filed against Apple for throttling processor speeds on their phones.
Right.
If you've been living under a fucking rock for the last 2 weeks, which if you have, good job for you. It's pretty fucking cold out, so I'm not sure how you're not dead. But Apple was caught intentionally slowing down the speeds of their processors in their older phones as the batteries aged. In their own words, to make it so the phones didn't have unwanted errors, apparently.
Right.
But what people are alleging is that they were doing it to induce sales of new iPhones.
Right. That's always been a rumor.
Slow it down, you have to buy new phones instead.
Right.
I don't know if you know about that. This, to me, and we'll see. I don't know if we'll be around long enough to have this other reckless speculation, but this to me is the beginning of the slow, long end of Apple. It might take 10 years.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of the end for me.
Oh, I don't think
for
so.
Apple.
I mean, I've been kind of keeping up on this story and kind of reading about it. From what their excuse was, it sounds pretty plausible. I mean,
you're just drinking the Kool-Aid then, man.
I mean, no, it's not. it's not unusual that when they put out updates for phones that have faster processors or whatever, that it's going to bog down old phones.
But they're not bogging down old phones. If you have a newer battery in your old phone, they don't do anything to it.
Right, because their lithium ion batteries have a limited lifetime span. So they degrade from the get-go.
Okay, correct.
So that's why the newer phones don't have a problem with it.
But it's not newer phones. If you put a newer battery in an old phone, it'll still do the same things. What you're saying?
No, it won't.
Yes.
Well,
that's the whole point of the lawsuit. Is if you go get a brand new phone in your old iPhone 5S, the processor speed is back up to where it was when you bought that phone brand new.
Oh yeah. Well, yes. The feature is there, but however, the feature is not just for. Like, it's not just older phones. Okay, so the software behind it is not just black and white. Like, it's not like iPhone 5s, you get this percentage slow down.
No, it's based on the battery.
It's based on the battery, so it goes back up.
Right, but my point is, there might be a legitimate reason for that, like you're saying. However, you're telling me that with 18 class action lawsuits, they're not going to find one email where Apple somewhere, some high up executive, also mentions this will help improve sales.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, well, if they are, then I'm right.
Well, it's not going to be
that. If that comes out,
yeah, it's not
if
going to
they
be
lose one of these. If they lose one of these lawsuits, we're talking the beginning of the end.
Oh, I don't think so. I think you're overplaying.
The amount of money they'll have to pay out the ass for this will cripple them in the short term. It'll tarnish their brand loyalty probably forever, and even dinosaurs will die. Travis, every big company dies eventually.
Sure, but I think you're dramatically overblowing this.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to end tomorrow. I said it's the beginning of the end. I'm talking a slow end. It might take 10 years.
Right. But I
think it's the beginning of the end.
if
that's true, if they end up losing one of these lawsuits and they find out that they're allegedly doing it to induce sales of new iPhones, if that's proven true at all, I think that's the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Again, sure. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's the beginning of the end. I don't think this is going to be the impetus.
Would that affect your decision to ever buy an iPhone if it finds out they actually were doing that on purpose to induce you to buy a new phone?
Nope. Because I'll tell you why.
What? Okay, tell me why.
Because they won't do it anymore. If they get caught, they're going to be under scrutiny, and it won't happen again.
So even though they misled and lied to you for how many years now? Who knows how many years they've been doing this without people knowing? That you would still go back to them?
Oh yeah, okay, it's been happening. Like, it's been happening. I had a phone. I had an iPhone. What did I did the 6 before I went up to the 8, and my 6 the entire time was fine. Like, I never really had a problem with it, but apparently it was happening. So I don't have a problem with it. And
man, nothing makes me more upset than a company doing this to their consumers. Like, I will never buy, if this ends up being true, I'll never buy an iPhone again. And I probably in the short term won't do it anyways because I don't trust them right now.
Well, if you think they're the only company doing it, you're out of your fucking mind.
I do, because I think by now it would have come out for another phone company had this been true, because you know what? They're all fucking looking for it right now. Every single fucking white hat or black hat hacker out there is trying to figure this out for other phones.
Sure.
You know that's what they're doing. If it's true at all, we'll find out within a couple months at most.
Yeah. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. My skepticism of companies does not go towards just one company. If this is happening with one company, it happens with all of them.
So you feel how I feel about politicians?
Sure.
Because I feel like about politics. I think they're all fucking terrible, no matter what side of the aisle. I think they're all the same behind the closed doors.
But the other part about this isn't new news. Like, yes, there's been some confirmation of it, but this kind of shit, like this has been the rumor for years.
True, but it's confirmation of the rumor.
And okay, it's been the rumor for years, and it turns out it was probably true, but for years it has not affected what the product that I consume from them. I've been
not for you personally though, but other people obviously having issues.
Okay, sure, but it hasn't affected me, and so. No.
I love how that's your defense. Like, fuck everyone else. I'm cool, so whatever.
No, it's not fuck everyone else. You just asked me why would it affect me for the future for for the company. It's not.
No, I get that. It's just funny that it's like, well, because it didn't affect me, so fuck it. But they're still lying to everybody. They were still deceiving everybody.
I've had other. Well, I mean, but the thing about it is, like, I've had friends. Jeremy, for instance, who's been on here, he had like an iPhone 5 for the longest time, and it worked. But
Fucking peasant.
It worked. It was fine. And every once in a while you have somebody who's like, oh, they're slowing these phones down. Well, oh, okay. But I've seen people around me that have older phones that apparently they were slowing down, but were still fine. Like, again, yes, there are some people that are, I guess, are pissed off about this, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, they definitely have a right to be pissed off. If you buy a phone and the company you buy it from is intentionally making it not work the way it should and not telling you, that's an issue to me. I don't care. Like, even if it's a little bit, it's still an issue.
But you're looking for that one email where somebody says that this was an effort to increase sales.
Because I believe that's the real reason they're doing it. And I think that, and if that's the whole point of these class action lawsuits, is they were throttling these speeds to induce sales of new phones instead of keeping your old phone. Because trust me, they have a huge incentive as a company to make you buy a new phone. That's how they make their money. They don't make any money if you just get an old phone forever and keep it.
Right. But
so if that comes out that they were doing this to induce sales of new phones, and these class action lawsuits have legs, that's a big fucking problem.
But sure, I guess that's a big problem. However, on the flip side of that is the reason that they're giving for why they did it is a plausible reason, and it's been one that ever since that this rumor has been out that I've always thought about. Like, yes, the processors get faster, these phones get more sophisticated. No, the old ones cannot keep up with them.
True, if that explanation is valid, that's my point, and that these lawsuits will figure that out.
Well, but it's valid in the sense that that's just simple logic.
But it's not necessarily logic. There's no proof yet that what they were doing actually was needed to be done, because they're going to install new software now, and for a fucking fact they're going to undo this change, and people are going to test it, and they're going to tell you, was Apple doing this for a reason, for a purpose that was rational or not?
Well, yeah, I mean, sure.
So we'll find out. Like, we're going to find out all these answers is the point, which is kind of cool. We're going to see it, unveil in real time.
Right. Yeah.
Which I'm excited to see that, because I think that since Steve Jobs has died, Apple has changed completely, and they're no longer a company of innovation. They're a company of revenue.
Sure. Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyways, next headline, again, sticking with the tech sector, because, again, no one in technology seems to get things right these fucking days.
Right.
Have you heard about Intel?
Yes.
So it was revealed just today that Intel, in the last decade, has a huge security issue in almost all of their processors.
Right.
Like, a really big fucking problem where they don't even know, they're not releasing the details publicly about what the actual problem is, but there's some security vulnerabilities built within their processors that have been there for the last decade.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, that may not be unique to their processors.
Well, we'll find out very quickly
if
it's everyone else. But again, it doesn't matter if it's unique to Intel or not. Intel is like 75% of the PC market.
Right.
So even if it's just Intel, that's 3 out of every 4 computers in everyone's home is affected by this.
Right. But there's an active fix though to it.
But yes, but did you see what's going to happen with the fix?
Right. Yeah, it slows down. It's going to slow down.
Experts have said the fix could slow down the performance of computers by up to 30%.
Yeah.
30%, Travis.
Well, again, not to be over dramatic, but it's the stuff that I was reading about this is, yes, it could up to 30%, but that's for really heavy users, and for most people, you're not going to notice a huge difference.
Well, that's what they say, but again, we're going to find out as soon as they put these fixes out there. They're going to test them, and they're going to tell you what the actual impact is.
Right.
But let's say it's 15%. Let's say it's 10%. You're going to slow 3/4 of all computers in everyone's home down by 10%?
Well, do you want the security or do you want faster processor?
Oh, no. I just think it's fucked that no one figured this out for 10 years. How the fuck did they not know for a decade?
I don't know. Do you think they did?
Is nobody doing their job at Intel? Is nobody doing their job in the fucking world in security at all? It took a decade?
I don't know. I don't know how that shit. Honestly, I don't know how that happens. I don't know.
Either. I'm fascinated by it. It took us fucking 10 years, Travis. 10 years.
10 years.
That's literally, though, 10-year-old computer is a dinosaur.
Right.
It's basically every computer in everyone's home right now is fucked.
Except for Macs.
No, Macs have Intels.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't Microsoft, Travis. This is Intel versus AMD.
Well, no, but it's PCs. It's mostly PCs.
What?
I thought you said it was mostly PCs.
Personal computers.
Oh, no, but you typically... Okay.
Oh, no, it's Intel processors, which are also in Macintosh. This is not a operating system specific issue.
Oh, okay. All right.
A serious flaw in the design of Intel chips will require Microsoft, Linux, and Apple to update operating systems for computers around the world.
Well, that's funny.
It's everybody, Travis. It's not just me.
Yeah, then
It's
everybody's
you
just going to slow down for a little bit. It'll be fine. Whatever.
Well, I mean, I can't wait to count the number of class action lawsuits against Intel in the next week.
For what?
Are you serious?
For not understanding a security flaw?
No, for slowing down all the chips they bought thinking they were a certain speed. Now they're going to be slower.
Oh, okay, good luck. See, now that's a fucking frivolous lawsuit.
But, okay, frivolous or not, would you like to do an over-under for next week's episode, the number of class action lawsuits that get filed in the next 7 days?
No, because that's just, that irritates me.
If I gave you an over-under of 5, you taking the over or the under?
In a week? I don't know.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Because you know it's going to be more than 0.
I guess. I don't know. That just, ugh. That's a subject for a whole other fucking podcast. That just people are so fucking entitled.
I wish I had a lawyer. Actually, I do have a friend who's a lawyer. Maybe I'll get him on the podcast next week and we can talk about this because I don't know if that's frivolous or not. I don't know what the rules are for how these things work. I don't know.
I'm sure there's like a false advertisement thing, but what do you want?
Right.
Do you want fucking security or you want a faster fucking computer?
But Travis, I just bought a brand new processor,
right?
4.2 gigahertz
Sure.
Intel i770K, and it's 4.2 gigahertz. If tomorrow the fix comes out and now my processor speed is down to 4.0 gigahertz, would I not have bought that processor and have bought an AMD one instead? Because now the benchmarks are going to change.
Yeah. I sure that's a good. I mean that's a good scenario. I don't know, but
I'm just wondering. I mean, it's not so frivolous when you talk about it in real world terms like that because that just happened to me. I just bought this computer 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well,
and I probably wouldn't have bought it if today this article hit out and I had not hit add to cart yet. I would not be buying an Intel chip.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I don't trust Intel for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure,
man. Fucking tech companies are fucking up this week, Travis.
Sure they are. Okay.
This is not good.
I mean, it's not good, but yeah, I don't know. It's not. I don't know how to put it. I just don't care. It's not. This isn't the end of the world. No. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, Travis. Right.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I read into this kind of stuff and people's anger about this stuff. While okay, I understand some of it, but on the other hand, it's just all right, cool. What are you gonna do? Go to an Android phone? Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
I know. Good luck.
I mean, honestly, Intel, to me personally, you get caught, not Intel, Apple, you get caught doing that, I'm going to slap you on the wrist. The next computer I buy will be an AMD computer. The next phone I buy will be a non-Apple phone. Just because I feel like companies have to pay the price when they fuck up like this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you end up with these giant conglomerate companies that never see any repercussions for the terrible things they sell you, and that's how you get Comcast.
That's a good point.
Really.
Now that's a
because
solid
Comcast
point.
will suffer no repercussions for anything they ever do to you.
Right. That's a solid point.
Because you have no choice.
Yeah. I mean, I have
and
choice.
Maybe that's dumb. I don't know.
No, it's not dumb. It's you're right. I have a choice, but I'd rather not slum it with an Android.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to be the peasant in this transaction soon, and you be the fucking the landed gentry with your Apple iPhone.
I knew that one was gonna.
As I'm in the bread line, please, sir, can I have some more? Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh my god! I knew that one was gonna get. No, there's a certain. I don't know. I like Apple. I like iPhones. That's all there is.
Yeah,
to
I know you do.
I don't like the clunkiness that I perceive of an Android.
That sound is you sucking Steve Jobs' dick from the grave.
Sure. He made a great product.
Everyone can rest assured that while Travis sleeps soundly, knowing that Apple and Intel are fucking him in the ass with no lube, I'm taking a stand for the common person.
I don't really think they're fucking anyone.
I mean, I was just being. That's just a metaphor, man.
Oh, that was the metaphor. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just.
So while Bobo's out there running around with his hair on fire, and
for the common man, I'm doing it for you, the listeners. Okay, I'm doing it for you guys. I mean, I don't want to. Do you think I want to go back to an Android phone?
No.
I've had taste of the good life, Travis. I can't go back.
I thought you were going to say I don't want to. I don't like sitting here and complaining. Like,
I don't like sitting here and complaining. That's not what Bobo does. I'm a happy-go-lucky individual. Just, I take it all in stride. That's me.
That is true. But
I'm doing it for you guys, the listeners.
You know what I'd like to do?
End this episode?
I'd like to end this episode because we're running a little long.
Whatever.
And I'd like to have somebody call us at 747-BANGING. That would also be 747-226-4464. And leaves a comment about anything. Is there anything that we missed that we should be doing for 2018?
I got a poll this week.
Okay.
Do you feel like Travis or Bobo when it comes to the Apple and the Intel situations? Are you going to buy another Apple iPhone or an Intel processor, or are you going to punish them for fucking you?
Okay, we'll put some sort of version of that up on the website.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to word that. We'll work out the wording in details. But I just want to know if people are vindictive like me and feel you have to punish companies that really mess up.
Okay. So, and where would you find that poll?
You'll find that poll on pwthepodcast.com.
That's right.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social medias. It's PW the Podcast.
Yep.
You can find us on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher. It's Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. Again, 2018, we're trying to start off right. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell your neighbors, tell your dog. I don't know, whatever. Whoever gets plays. If your dog can fucking click play on the phone and get us another hit, please do it.
Also, remember, if you need a different way to listen to the episode, we put all these episodes on YouTube as well, which I would also highly recommend people going back and listening to the Die Hard Christmas episode, because I did a special little video.
Yes, Travis spent a lot of time in that video, and he'd appreciate it if you watch it.
I spent minutes on it.
He spent minutes on this video, guys.
Right.
Maybe 7 or 8 of them, and because of that, you need to reward him with your views.
I would appreciate that. So,
okay. You know what? I'm going to go watch it for you, Travis.
There we go. We got one. So
one. You know what? It starts with 1. All right.
It really does. And,
it starts with 1.
I guess I can't say see you next Tuesday anymore.
See you next Thursday, Travis.
We'll see you next Thursday.
Later, guys.